So very surprisingly, Jenna Ortega actually is speaking out against Hollywood. You would think of someone who has who they keep pointing to every single major movie. You would think that she would set up about this kind of stuff and just accept it. Hey, it's just another role. You have to be in the movie. But basically, she said women should have their own franchises, not the spin-offs. I don't want Jamie Bond. I want to see another female movie. Kind of like, back in the 80s and 90s, you had all of these women-led movies or movies with female-led movies, but now Hollywood can't think of anything new because guess what? People don't, watch movies that are not part of a franchise anymore. That is Hollywood's biggest problem. So basically, Ortega was asked if she might consider an offer for revive Edward Scissorhands as a Jenna flipped Edward Scissorhands, but he says he wants to have an original movie instead. So he wants to see an original franchise, original movies. There's a lot more female leads nowadays. I think that's so special, but we should have our own franchise. I don't feel like it's a spin-off. I don't like to see a Jamie Bond. I want to see a character. So yes. Yeah, so basically, Barbara Broccoli said Doctor, no, not Doctor. 007 always been made a man. A new actor is replacing Daniel Craig on the big screen following the actor's exit in No Time to Die as well. The next James Bond will be a man. I don't think a woman should play James Bond. If you really want a woman James Bond, just make a new franchise. It isn't that hard, okay? It isn't that hard to make a new franchise, but I don't believe that there is enough great roles for women. It's very important to me to make romance about movies. It should be British, but British could be, Barbara here, and there's no need for a female Bond here, and Barbara here. The answer is very simple. The better parts here for women and actors of color. This is why a woman should play James Bond. There should be a part that's just as good as James Bond, but for a woman. Why, for example, you could make a James Bond series, a similar James Bond series, a new franchise, which again Hollywood does not know how to do anymore because Hollywood doesn't know how to market movies properly, which is why you don't see any non-franchise movies doing well. For example, Challenges did very, very poorly at the box office, and movies like, the Fly Me to the Moon did very poorly despite having two very huge stars in it. Hollywood continues to struggle with this non-franchise curse, and this is a curse that Hollywood has continued to struggle with for the past couple of years, and I've argued it only has gotten worse as these big franchises continue to make a huge amount of money, but all of these non-franchise, all of these lesser movies, as we call them, do not make any money whatsoever. So, yeah. So what do you think about this? So apparently, I wonder how long it takes until she gets canceled by her own fans saying that, saying this, because of course, you can't ever have your own opinion in Hollywood, but I think people in Hollywood are finally starting to wake up to the bullcrap and idiocracy that is of Hollywood. And, Jenna Ortega is not my favorite actress in the world. I don't really care about her all too much. I think she's pretty overrated because of that Wednesday movie. No, it's a TV show, not a movie. You're stupid in a Wednesday TV show, and the only reason why she's even famous to begin with was because of that TV show. The only reason they're putting her in a lot of movies now and TV shows is because of that show being very successful, and that's simply, people can be upset at me for saying this, but that's simply just the facts that I'm laying out here. But that's about this video here, and goodbye.